Good morning, it's Sunday 22nd of January 2017. This is Sylvia Shivamurthy and you're listening to the newspaper reviews on www.athavan.com. Let's now look at the paper highlights from today's newspapers. The top highlight in Sunday Times says, Bond issues, AG hits out at Finance Minister. The Auditor General has accused the Finance Minister of being impatient and unethical in seeking from him a report on the accounts of the Public Debt Department of the Central Bank on bond issues for 8 years. Though the request did not fall within his scope, Auditor General Gamini Vijay Singh has said he nevertheless furnished the report for the period 2008 to 2016. Finance Minister Ravi Karunanayake was not available for comment yesterday. His return from Switzerland, where he took part in the World Economic Forum in Davos, is being awaited. The highlight in the middle says, Traffic offences, committee proposes revised fines. 35 traffic offences for which fines should be increased have been identified by a review committee, its chairman and Transport Ministry Secretary Nihal Somavira said. He said that recommendations will be submitted to Transport Minister Nimal Siripala de Silva before taking them up for discussion with stakeholders. The committee has proposed that for speeding offences, the fine should be proportionate to the speed. Accordingly, if the speed limit is exceeded by 20%, the fine will be 5,000 rupees, while exceeding the speed limit between 25 to 50% will bring a fine of 15,000 rupees. Another highlight says, CEB engineers oppose China power plant in Hambantota. China Machinery Engineering Corporation, the company that built a coal power plant in Nuraichole, has proposed to set up a liquefied natural gas power station in Hambantota as a government-to-government project. But Ceylon Electricity Board engineers have opposed the idea, saying there is no provision in the country's long-term general expansion plan for an LNG plant in Hambantota. They also reject any suggestion an LNG plant for Hambantota should be included in the LTGEP when it is revised by April 2017. And the highlight at the bottom says, Lankans also lock horns over Tamil Nadu Jallikattu row. Sri Lankan animal rights activists have come out strongly against local groups which are calling on the Tamil Nadu government to lift a ban on the bull taming sport popularly known as Jallikattu. The move came as local groups, mostly in northern and eastern provinces, staged protests to show solidarity with Tamil Nadu people who want the ban lifted. The ban was imposed by Supreme Court in 2014 and upheld again in 2016. But the Indian government, by the executive order, lifted the ban yesterday, allowing Tamils in Tamil Nadu to stage Jallikattu from today. Before the ban was lifted, protests were held in Colombo yesterday at the Golf Green and Vellavathu. More protests were held in Point Pedro, Trincomalee, Jaffna, Batticaloa and Kilinochchi. Let's now move to the paper highlights in Sunday Observer. The top highlight says, to offset effects of drought, uninterrupted power supply to cost 50 billion rupees. The government will have to bear an additional cost of 50 billion rupees to ensure uninterrupted power supply to the country if the drought continues for another 6 months, Power and Renewable Energy Minister Ranjit Simalapitiya said. He said the ministry could manage the situation without restoring to power cuts, bearing the additional cost to ensure uninterrupted power supply. Another highlight says, Trump make nationalistic vow. President Donald Trump assumed power with a fiercely nationalistic vow to put America first, taking a stinging swipe at the legacy of his predecessor hours after taking the oath of office. Hundreds of thousands of people stood in the rain-splattered National Mall to see the 70-year-old Republican billionaire be sworn in and deliver a stridently populist call to arms. And the highlight at the bottom says, UN Human Rights Council 34th Session. The 34th session of the United Nations Human Rights Council, where Sri Lanka is also expected to be on the agenda, will be held from February 27 to March 24 at Palais des Nations in Geneva, Switzerland. And now let's move to the paper highlights in Ceylon today. The top highlight says, Tamil diaspora lobbies against GSP+. Several Tamil diaspora organizations have made joint representations to political and diplomatic missions, including the EU Parliament, exerting pressure on them against restoring to Sri Lanka the GSP Plus export facility unless the Sri Lankan government implements core international conventions which are a prerequisite to qualify for the restoration. The highlight in the middle says, Coal Industry Mafia sack me, says Gunaratna. Former chairman of Lanka Coal Private Limited, Madri Gunaratna, said just a week ago Lanka Coal Private Limited floated the tender to purchase 2.2 million tons of coal for 2017. And the highlight at the bottom says, government has no business in our bedrooms. Sri Lanka, a country that lovingly treasures its culture and traditions so long as it meets the needs of the majority of the voters, has rejected the proposal to decriminalize homosexuality. That's all for today's newspaper highlights, and we'll get back to you with more news tomorrow. Thank you.